Imagine an empire so vast, so powerful, that it ruled half of the known world. And yet, it crumbled from within. What really caused the fall of the Roman Empire? Was it invasion, corruption, greed, or something far more subtle? Today, we'll explore the secrets, betrayals, and mistakes that led to the collapse of one of history's greatest empires, and reveal shocking facts that textbooks rarely tell you. Welcome to Chronicles Legacy, where history comes alive. In this video, we're diving deep into the rise, glory, and ultimate downfall of the Roman Empire. From legendary emperors to political intrigue, economic collapse, and devastating invasions, we'll uncover it all. You'll learn not just what happened, but why it happened, and the lessons that are still relevant today. Rome didn't start as an empire. It began as a small settlement along the Tiber River in central Italy, somewhere around 753 BCE. Legend says that Rome was founded by twin brothers, Romulus and Remus, raised by a she-wolf. While this may sound like myth, it symbolizes Rome's enduring spirit, survival against the odds. Early Rome was a kingdom, then a republic, ruled by elected officials rather than kings. The Senate emerged as a governing body, and the Roman people called the citizens played a crucial role in decision-making. But these early years were marked by constant struggle, neighboring tribes, wars, and political rivalry. Rome survived, not because of sheer force alone, but because of strategy, discipline, and an ability to absorb and learn from its enemies. As Rome grew, it conquered nearby cities and regions. Through a combination of diplomacy and brutal warfare, it unified the Italian peninsula. The Roman army, organized into legions, became legendary. Every soldier was trained to fight in formation, maintain discipline under fire, and obey orders without question. This military efficiency allowed Rome to defeat far larger armies, making conquest appear almost effortless. Did you know that Roman soldiers were also builders? They constructed roads, bridges, and fortifications wherever they went, meaning their empire literally left a path of infrastructure across Europe that still influences us today. By 27 BCE, Rome was no longer just a republic. Augustus, the first emperor, took power, marking the official start of the Roman Empire. Under Augustus, Rome entered the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace, economic growth, and cultural achievement that lasted over 200 years. Trade flourished from the sands of Egypt to the forests of Germany. Art, literature, and architecture reached new heights. The Colosseum, aqueducts, and monumental temples were built as symbols of power and innovation. At its peak, the Roman Empire spanned 3 continents: Europe, Africa, and Asia. It controlled territories from Britain in the north to Egypt in the south, and from Spain in the west to Mesopotamia in the east. Emperors like Trajan expanded the empire to its largest territorial extent. Hadrian focused on consolidation, building walls and fortifications to protect Rome's borders. Rome wasn't just about land. Its legal system, infrastructure, and culture influenced civilizations for centuries to come. Roman law inspired modern legal codes. Roads and aqueducts improved daily life and trade. Even today, some cities are still built along the paths laid down by Roman engineers. The Romans also had a postal system, running stations every 10-15 miles along their roads. Letters could travel hundreds of miles in just a few days, a feat unmatched in the ancient world. Roman society was complex and hierarchical. The patricians, wealthy elite families, lived in luxurious villas with private baths, while plebeians, the common people, worked in markets, farms, and workshops. Slavery was common, and slaves performed much of the labor, from domestic work to construction. Despite the inequalities, Rome offered entertainment and social programs to maintain public order. Public baths, theaters, gladiatorial games, and festivals became central to Roman life. These spectacles were not just leisure. They reinforced the power of the state and reminded citizens of Rome's might and glory. Gladiators weren't always slaves. Some were volunteers seeking fame, and winning battles could earn them wealth and celebrity status across the empire. The Roman army was more than a fighting force. It was the backbone of the empire. Legions were highly disciplined, well-equipped, and capable of adapting to different terrains and enemies. They built roads and forts as they advanced, allowing quick deployment across vast distances. But over time, the army became both a blessing and a curse. As the empire expanded, defending its borders became increasingly difficult. Generals gained more loyalty from their troops than emperors, which led to coups, civil wars, and political instability. The very strength that built Rome would eventually contribute to its downfall. Rome's politics were a battlefield of their own. Senators and officials often engaged in bribery, betrayal, and assassination. Emperors came and went with alarming frequency. Some ruled wisely, while others were cruel, incompetent, or insane. Economic problems compounded the issue. Inflation soared, taxes became unbearable, and trade slowed. The empire, once wealthy and self-sufficient, began to struggle to support its vast bureaucracy and massive army. At one point, Emperor Nero reportedly spent enormous sums on personal pleasures, including a massive golden palace, while ordinary citizens faced famine and economic hardship. As internal problems grew, Rome's enemies grew bolder. Germanic tribes, Huns, Vandals, and other groups began pushing into Roman territory. Rome's borders, stretching thousands of miles, were impossible to defend effectively. Even the mighty legions could not stop the tide. Despite temporary victories and reconquests, the empire gradually lost control over its provinces. Regions once firmly under Roman rule broke away, further weakening central authority. During its decline, Rome also faced significant cultural shifts. The rise of Christianity challenged traditional Roman beliefs and rituals. Some historians argue that this religious transformation, combined with political and economic crises, contributed to social instability. By the 4th century, Christianity had become the official religion of the empire, a radical shift from centuries of pagan traditions, temples, and rituals. In 476 CE, the Western Roman Empire officially fell. The last emperor, Romulus Augustus, was deposed by Odoacer, a Germanic chieftain. The Eastern Empire, Byzantium, survived for nearly 1,000 more years, but the glory and power of Rome were gone forever. The fall was not due to a single event, but a combination of corruption, economic troubles, overexpansion, invasions, and internal decay. Rome's story is a warning that even the mightiest empires can crumble if their foundations are weakened. Although the Western Empire fell, Rome's influence endured. Its laws, architecture, engineering, military strategies, and culture shaped Europe and the Mediterranean for centuries. Languages, governance systems, and infrastructure still bear the imprint of Rome. Even today, Rome's roads, aqueducts, and ruins are visited by millions of people each year, a testament to the empire's enduring power and influence. The story of Rome teaches us that greatness can be fragile. Ambition, corruption, mismanagement, and external pressures can bring down even the strongest civilizations. But it also teaches resilience. Rome's ideas, achievements, and culture continue to inspire us today. If you enjoyed this journey through history, subscribe to Chronicles Legacy and hit the bell icon to explore more epic stories from the past. Which Roman emperor do you think had the biggest impact? Comment below. Let's discuss.